Camp 7 Lake Campground is a national forest campground located north of Manistique on Camp 7 Lake. Right when you pull up to the campground, you notice the large campground sign, and then as you pull into the campground, right off the bat, you come up to the signage and registration station, where they have a nice map that shows 39 campsites available. This contradicts the DNR website where it shows 41 sites available, but I myself did not see the 41. I did only find 39 here in the campground. Some of these sites are reservable while others are not, and some of them do have power and some are ADA accessible. This campground does also offer a day-use picnic area, a swimming beach, and a pier to go fishing off of. There's also a boat launch here in the campground that we'll take a look at here at the end. But first we're going to check out these campsites, and all of the campsites in this campground are large, really deep, nice campsites. It is going to be hard to find a campsite that you cannot fit your rig into. No matter what you're pulling or driving, there should be plenty of space in almost every one of these campsites. I was really impressed by the size and how many trees are around all of these campsites. You, of course, will not be completely secluded from your neighbors. However, there's a fair bit more trees here dividing you from your neighbors than what I'm used to at most other campgrounds. You can see here that each of the campsites comes with a picnic table and a fire ring. Some of them do have lantern posts, but I did not see the lantern post at every one of them. There are two different loops up here, and you take a left or a right, depending on which loop you want. But for the most part, no matter which loop you are on, every one of these sites looks the same. They're just big, spacious sites, and some of them are pull-through sites, not all of them. So you definitely want to double-check and see what you're getting if you're after a pull-through site. There are definitely options available for that. Surprisingly, coming up on a holiday weekend here, this campground was not as busy as I would have expected, and I'm not sure why. Bugs were not bad, so it's not like there's a ton of mosquitoes or flies that were getting me. I mean, there were a few, as you would expect, but not to the point that I would ever consider putting on bug spray. So that's not keeping people away. The only thing I can figure is they're just north, closer to Pictured Rocks, or they're staying home waiting for the actual holiday weekend. Here in the campground, there is a short little hiking path that leads down to a larger hiking trail that goes around the lake a little ways, and there is a stairway that goes down to the water. This is not the beach or swimming area. However, once you go down the flight of steps, it's nice and sandy. There's absolutely no reason you could not swim here. It's a nice area, and it's cut off from the rest of the swimming beach. So you might even have a little more privacy right here. Keep in mind there are people that live on this lake, so you're not going to be out on the water in a kayak or a canoe and expect completely still, quiet waters. We're going to walk out here onto the pier a little ways. It's nice and solid, definitely in good shape, and it doesn't get incredibly deep off of here, so keep that in mind if you're coming out here fishing. You're going to want to set your line shallow and cast out a little ways. This lake is known for its smallmouth bass, bluegill, and pumpkin seed sunfish. So there's definitely opportunity out here to catch some fish, but keep in mind it is only a 60-acre lake. You can see over there in the distance the designated swim area. So I'm going to drive over to the day use area right now, and we're going to check that out, because maybe you just want to visit for the day and camp somewhere else. There are several picnic tables here. Like I said, a nice roped off swimming area so you don't have to worry about boats pulling up on you. The picnic tables are set up in the trees and in the sun depending on what you want. And here you have an information station along with running water, which is awesome. And a couple of outhouses just in case. Right off of the day use area, there is also a sign for the Van Winkle Trail. This is a 2-mile trail that runs through the campground and around the lake for hiking use only. There are no horses allowed here. And here is the boat launch. This is a decent little boat launch for such a small lake. It is a gravel and sand boat launch. It is not a cement pad. However, you do have the little loading dock. And overall, this is a really nice National Forest campground.